please. We're gonna get started. We don't have a microphone, so I'm gonna talk loud, but let's keep it down.
No tenemos micrófono, así traten de tener el micrófono para que se puedan escuchar.
All right. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Travis Tolene. I'm the Director of Concrete for CO Construction.
Para los que no conocen a Travis, él es el director de la división de concreto aquí en CL Construcción.
Right now I'm speaking on behalf of the CL leadership team as we're going to be introducing a new company that we're working with to improve in safety.
Dice que él está hablando de parte del liderazgo de la compañía que está tratando de mejorar las pólizas de seguridad que tenemos actualmente.
As many of you know, or may know, or some of you may not know, we had a safety incident about 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, down in Cortland, Kansas, where we had a severe safety incident with an injury.
Hace como 2 semanas y media, si no sabían, la división de concreto tuvo un accidente en Kansas.
Prior to that, even up to 4 months prior to that, Matt McCloskey, who's our director of Millwright, and Brittany Lauer, our HR director, had been working on a plan and investigating options to improve our safety here at CO Construction.
Ya desde hace 4 meses comenzó Matt McCloskey, el director de la división de Millwright, y Brittany Lauer, la directora de recursos humanos, a poner un plan para tratar de mejorar las pólizas de seguridad.
So, about 2 days before the incident,
2 días antes del accidente,
we had signed a contract with a company called Safety Compliance LLC.
firmamos un contrato con una compañía que se llama Safety Compliance LLC.
And Shane Unger is here with us today from Safety Compliance LLC. And I'm going to talk just a little bit about where we're going with Safety Compliance LLC.
Dice que Shane está aquí, él es el parte de esa compañía, que es el representante.
And then Shane's going to give us some words and input on how he's going to interact with the team here and with the company.
Entonces Travis va a hablar del plan que queremos hacer y luego Shane va a hablar más de lo que hace su compañía y lo que quieren hacer aquí en CL Construcción.
And then I'm going to go through a report out of the incident that occurred down in Cortland, Kansas on July 19th and what we're doing differently after that.
Y luego él va a compartir el reporte del accidente con ustedes y cuál va a ser el plan continuando para que no vuelva a pasar.
So to start with the relationship and the partnership with Safety Compliance LLC and Shane's team, we're going to have 4 different priorities, areas they're going to help us with.
Vamos a tener 4 prioridades dentro de la seguridad.
They're going to do site visits and audits up to 4 per month for CL Construction teams to audit from a safety standpoint. 4 visits a month.
Va a visitar a los proyectos 4 veces al mes para mirar cómo está todo, hacer auditorios si todos están usando su equipo, si están siguiendo las pólizas de seguridad.
They're also going to help lead and participate in monthly meetings with CL leadership and safety committee members.
También van a tener una junta 1 vez al mes para reunirse y mirar qué es lo que se tiene que hacer, cómo pueden mejorar las cosas, si miran algo que necesita que tenga cambio, también van a hablar de eso en las juntas.
And they're also going to help us develop the Friday FAC safety training program to make it as effective as possible.
Y también van a ayudar a mejorar los entrenamientos que hacemos los viernes, 1 vez al mes.
Last, they're going to help us with safety compliance aspects of the business, where we've got to fill out reporting information to serve certain customers, or OSHA or that type of thing.
También se van a asegurar que nosotros hagamos todo de nuestra parte, llenando bien los reportes y toda la información que es necesaria para mandar esos auditores.
Okay. With that, I'll let Shane introduce himself and talk a little bit about how they're going to work with the CL team.
Better introduction than I thought. Thanks. Yeah. My name is Shane. Guys, we're here. Myself and Jacob. He had a lead, but myself and Jacob are gonna be. Ultimately, we want to be advocates for you guys to work safely.
Dice que ellos están aquí para hablar por ustedes para que hagan su trabajo lo más seguro posible.
We'll work with the leadership team to get different, plans in place, standard operating procedures, so there's no questions on how to work safely, and just things that we can do to help implement and incentivize people to be safe.
Que van a implementar muchas políticas que actualmente no tenemos implementadas para que ustedes sepan cuáles procesos seguir, qué se puede hacer y qué es lo que no se debe de hacer, para que estén educados.
But then as we're on job sites, we want you guys to have a conversation with us if you don't know, how to do something safely, how we can do it better, quicker. Like, we want to be helping you guys so that you can get jobs done on time, quickly, but also safely.
Dice que él quiere también que si ustedes miran cualquier cosa que piensen que se puede mejorar o algo que piensan que no está bien, que también tienen que vocalizarlo, que no tengan miedo a hablar, porque para eso están ellos, para ayudar a implementar más cosas mejor.
I know every safety guy says it, but our goal is that you guys go home safely. Like, we don't want any injuries. Obviously, it's bad for the person who gets injured. It costs them time and it costs them money. It could be pain, right? Injury. It also costs the company a lot of time and money. An injury is bad for everybody. So no one wins when there's an injury. So we want to make sure you go home safe.
Dice que la meta para todos es que regresen ustedes a su casa como llegaron a trabajar en la mañana. Que sale perdiendo el empleado, no puede trabajar, pérdida de horas y también pierde la compañía.
If you guys have any questions, again, on a job site, the leadership, the foreman, everybody will have my number. So you guys can call at any time and we can address safety instantly. So feel free to reach out as a resource.
Dice que todos los foremen, los superintendentes, los manejadores de los proyectos van a tener el número de teléfono de él. Si ustedes lo necesitan o quieren hablar con él, si miren algo que necesita ser ajustado, arreglado.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you. I'm going to go into the
I appreciate it.
Okay, I'm going to go over the safety incident that occurred on July 19th, Friday, July 19th in Portland, Kansas. The project is a rail bridge. There's a lot of words here. I'm going to show you some pictures. Most of you probably have a copy of the presentation, but concrete team members, crew members were working to tear down a shoring structure. That structure was very similar to scaffolding. One of the team members was approximately 10 feet in the air, walking on a top boarded surface, carrying boards down as they were tearing down the structure. That team member lost his balance and fell approximately 10 feet, landing on his shoulder and hitting his head. We had team members on site that performed CPR. They reacted quickly. We had a team member that knew CPR, performed CPR, made sure that he was, the team member was conscious, and they basically left him, in the position he was in because of the concerns of the incident. They called the ambulance. The ambulance came. The team members stuck with, we had guys like, I don't think they're here yet, but Sergio was the one that performed CPR. I know Rafa was the foreman, made sure he was taken care of. We had Chris Izagari go to the hospital. The team member was taken to the hospital. They're locally, eventually that day transferred to Lincoln in the trauma center or the trauma portion. That team member is recovering. He's going to do okay. We're very thankful, you know, and grateful that he's going to be okay. But that just, you know, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the incident, but that just reminds us of the importance of safety and doing the things the right way to keep each other safe. This is pictures from the site. This is the shoring prior to being torn down. This is a picture of when and kind of where the incident occurred on the top of those boards. You know, the gentleman was carrying the boards across, misstepped and fell down through there. So, if we look at oh yeah, you can. I'm sorry, I thought they had that there. Yeah.
Son fotos de
Okay.
donde pasó el incidente. Si miran las hojas que están ahí, está toda la información. Yo sé que no tienen todos una. Se cayó de 10 pies de altura y cayó en la espalda. Le tuvieron que dar CPR para respetar. Ella le iba a dejar a la cosa para que no se haga.
So we go back. Good.
Does anyone need another?
¿Alguien necesita una copia de la presentación?
Right there.
Back here.
Also, so the question is, why did the incident occur? The first issue is that fall protection and or appropriate guarding was not used at that level when the structure was being torn down. You know, we required a construction at 6 foot, 6 feet and above, that we need to have either guard railing or we need to have fall protection. That's the standard for construction.
Dice que la razón por la que pasó el accidente fue porque el empleado no traía el equipo protectivo adecuado. Para cualquier proyecto que está más de 6 pies de altura tienen que traer sus harnesses y lo que se necesita en caso de que se caiga.
Okay. The other contributing factor to why this issue occurred is this shoring system was relatively new, you know, and was special to this project. And we didn't put together a plan on how to make sure we could take that down safely, you know, erect, or we didn't take the time to put together a plan as a team. So that was a contributing cause as well.
De que otra de las razones es porque este proceso es nuevo, algo que no habíamos hecho antes y no tomamos el tiempo adecuado para hacer un plan para usar ese tipo de proyecto.
So immediately what we did as a containment action on site to ensure moving forward that the site was safe was we took down the remaining shoring structure in a safe manner, making sure we didn't have to go on top, the 10 foot. We had fall protection on. We were able to be right at about 6 foot and tear it and take it down the rest of the way. So that's the first thing we did, was make sure we could take it down safely. The very first thing that we did, actually, that's not up here, is we stopped work. That was on a Friday. We stopped work, made sure that the individual was taken care of. On Monday, we had a stop meeting with the team before we began work to discuss how are we going to approach this moving forward and what we needed to do.
De que lo primero que hicieron, pararon el trabajo y se aseguraron que él estuviera bien o que lo llevaran al hospital para que lo trataran. Dice que segundamente lo que hicieron es que cambiaron la estructura, la bajaron a 6 pies y de ahí la quitaron completamente. Se aseguraron que todos tuvieran el equipo protectivo adecuado también.
And after we took down the shoring structure safely, we went through the site and evaluated the entire site for safety concerns.
Dice que ya que bajaron la estructura, se dieron la vuelta por todo el proyecto para mirar a ver qué más tenía que ser cambiado o ajustado para que fuera más seguro. No me sé todas las palabras, pero
We made the necessary changes for those items and issues that we determined, and we made sure that we improved the housekeeping and cleaned up the site.
Dice que con todo lo que miraron, ellos hicieron lo que tenían que hacer para acomodarlo para que estuviera bien.
Then we did some planning because of the wing walls that we were pouring were unique as well, to ensure that we had a plan for the safely pouring the wing walls.
Dice que también se aseguraron de poner un plan para seguramente echar el cemento para las paredes que están construyendo.
Yeah, and then we also brought two scissor lifts on site to help to ensure safe and efficient work at elevated heights.
Y trajeron dos scissor lifts, no sé cómo se diga en español, pero dice que esos los van a usar para asegurarse de que puedan subir y bajar seguramente.
So this shows some of the pictures of the formwork with safety railing after we did this site audit.
Dice que en esta foto pueden mirar donde pusieron como las agarraderas, las cuerdaderas en caso de que se caigan.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, on the other side there's walkway railing, and on this side was a railing just as we were going down the wall to pour. So one side's a walkway, the other side was safety railing when we had to get in there and pour. And it's hard to see here, you might be able to see your pictures, but
Puede hacer que se mire mejor en las fotos que están en los.
what I want to communicate here is, you'll see it on one of the next slides. One of our long-term corrective actions is developing standard methods and processes for how do we ensure safety when we're forming a wall like this. And so that's where we need to develop those methods, and it's going to look similar to this. It may change because we may get better and find better ways, but we got to have standard methods.
De que ellos lo que quieren hacer es poner procesos en lugar para que ustedes sepan cómo usar, como los railings que pongan y ustedes sepan mirar cuando algo no está seguro.
So these are additional pictures showing the walkway, the safety railing. We chained off the openings when they weren't in use, so to help ensure to minimize risk of following. And then this is where the pour took place, so we had rails on both sides, and we actually had fall protection when they were off the walkway.
De que en estas fotos se puede mirar dónde pusieron los caminos para que pasaran y dónde se agarran.
So what are the corrective actions? I talked about the containment on site, but what are the corrective actions to ensure that this doesn't happen again? One is fall protection, safety, training, and a re-emphasis to the team. We need to get that done here very soon. Another one is to develop a plan to implement consistent utilization of JHAs or JSAs, that's job hazard assessments, specific to that site. So if we do that, then we come up with a plan, for that specific work.
Dice que uno de los planes que quieren implementar es darles a ustedes entrenamiento regularmente de protección cuando están trabajando de alturas y también implementar un proceso consistente para que todos consistentemente sigan las reglas y las premisas y todo esto.
And then site audits to help ensure we're working safely, and that's where Shane and the team come in.
Y que también lo de Shane, que van a visitar los proyectos 4 veces al mes para asegurarse que todos estén haciendo lo que tienen que hacer seguramente.
And then, as I mentioned on that railing, we need to work to develop and document those standard methods for how we perform work. Whether it's form work for specific wall types, whether it's a round 9-foot bent foundation, whether it's a tall wall, we have to develop those standard methods and ensure we document and develop best practices to ensure safety, ensure quality, and ensure it's done efficiently.
De que también tienen que crear procesos standard como que todos tienen que seguir para los proyectos, para la seguridad, la calidad y también la producción.
All right. Then I've got a few points here, just to remind the team. I know Shane talked about safety. you know, the importance of safety. The purpose of seal construction, as I think all of you know if you've read, you know, the purpose statement, it's about providing for families, you know, by serving customers at a high level.
Dice que una de las metas de la compañía, lo que dice es que le gusta proveer para las familias, no solo para los empleados, pero también para las familias, porque sabe que muchos clientes tienen familias que necesitan ayudar y proveer comida, lo que sea.
And if that's the case, then keeping our team members and ourselves safe has to be at the heart of what we do.
Dice que si ese es el caso, proveer para las familias, lo primero que tenemos que hacer es asegurarnos que los empleados estén seguros.
I put it, I think we all know this, but every one of us is responsible for safety at CL Construction.
Dice que cada uno de ustedes y de nosotros también somos responsables por la seguridad de los empleados.
If you see something that's not safe, you know, step up, talk to your foreman, talk to your supervisor.
Si ustedes miran algo que no está seguro, tienen que hablar con los foremen, con los superintendentes y ya no se queden callados.
If you're asked to do something that's unsafe, don't do it. Talk to your foreman, talk to your supervisor, talk to me, talk to HR. As Shane mentioned, if we've got something out there in the field and we got concerns, how do we do it? We can utilize Shane and the team as a resource.
Dice que si les piden hacer algo que ustedes miran que no está seguro, ustedes tienen el derecho de decir que no lo van a hacer por esa razón. Y ya si quieren hablar más del tema, pueden hablar con los foremen, los superintendentes y ya nos podemos juntar todos para implementar un proceso para hacer el proyecto mejor.
Having Safety Compliance LLC as part of the team is going to be really important. They're going to be a great resource for us. And they're going to help us make significant improvements in our safety culture and behaviors. But it's really going to be up to CL Construction, the team, you know, from the guys out in the field that perform the work up through the leadership to make the changes that we need to make from a safety standpoint. So that, you know, as Shane said, everybody goes home the same way they came to work.
Dice que trabajando con la compañía de Shane nos va a ayudar mucho, pero que también ustedes son los que están ahí afuera trabajando, ustedes son los que saben, los que miran, ustedes también tienen que hablar. Porque si ustedes hablan, así es como se hace saber a los que están más arriba.
Okay. Shane, anything to add about the incident from your perspective?
I just think that hopping on the job site, guys, you probably have standard things that you're used to doing. And we hopped on the job site, and it was pretty clear there were some things that were deficient, right, that were not right. And that's not to blame anybody. We just want to work on improving those so that it's just, here's our expectation, and here's the safety that we expect at every job site. If we're doing this, here's what we expect. And so coming around, helping you guys to improve that, just making it very standard, will help prevent injuries. Yeah.
Dice que él sabe que la mayoría de ustedes ya están acostumbrados a cómo hacen su trabajo, pero que también cuando él fue a visitar el proyecto, que miraron muchas cosas que no estaban bien. Ustedes no tienen la culpa, pero por eso están ellos aquí para mejorar esas cosas que no están seguras.
Because I come from the construction industry, so I understand at least partially your perspective of being productive and being efficient and not letting safety essentially stop work, stop, you know, you from getting your job done. We all want to get our job done, get paid, make money. That's why we're doing this, right? Unless you're doing it for fun, you're a rare breed. But we want to make money. We want to finish jobs. We're going to help you provide solutions that don't just bog down the work, right? So we want to help you guys accomplish everything. And a lot of times when you work safe, believe it or not, you can work even quicker sometimes because everything's set up right. Everything is easier to be working on, walking on. So it becomes actually more efficient over time if you do more prep up front.
Dice que él ha trabajado en construcción y que él entiende que a veces quieren terminar el trabajo, se quieren ir para su casa, pero que también trabajando más seguro les da a ustedes la oportunidad de terminar los proyectos más bien, porque así se ahorran tener que regresar o o a poder hacer un proyecto, como una porción del proyecto, que siempre es mejor y más eficiente trabajar seguramente.
All right. Do we open it up to questions? Does the team have any questions?
¿Tienen preguntas?
All right, I'm just gonna reiterate, it's gonna take all of us, we need leaders, leadership and safety. Have a good rest of your afternoon.
Dice que trabajen seguros y que tengan buena tarde. Tienen hambre y está cara comida para que coman.
Thank you.